Yeah! I'm in the car, man. So today's topic is going to be about your friends probably don't feel safe venting to you, because this is a touchy subject. It's a touchy subject because you got some people where some people wonder why their friends don't open up to them. They're like, I don't know why they don't open up to me. I don't know why people don't open up to me. Or they might got this one friend, right? I don't know why he or she doesn't open up to me. I don't understand why my girlfriend doesn't open up to me. I don't understand why my boyfriend don't open up to me. I don't understand why. Or you might got people that their friends might be on Facebook, and their friends might put a cry for help post. Now, a cry for help post is a post when somebody's pretty much crying for help, letting everybody know that they are in distress, letting them know that shit is real right now, and don't know if I'm going to come in or I'm going, and they cry for help, right? Most of the time, and this is not a color thing, this is a people thing. Most of the time when somebody puts a status on social media that's a cry for help, people are not, bro, you better not get over it. Bro, don't you fucking stop. Alright, man. So a lot of time when somebody posts a cry for help post on social media, their friends will say some shit like, oh, you got this, hang in there, you're strong, you can do it, so forth and so forth. Right? That's not how it's done. You know why that's not how it's done? Because you're pretty much trying to fix them. You're pretty much saying, even though you're crying for help, do better. Do better. You shouldn't be crying for help. Why are you crying for help? Feel better. Cheer up. And that's pretty dismissive. That's pretty much saying, yeah, you feel bad, but you shouldn't. And it means well. People do it out of genuine care most of the time. They really mean well. But it validates how that person is feeling. So if you're dealing with somebody with a high level of emotional intelligence, then they're going to notice that you may not have the skills to hold space for them. Hold space means that instead of me trying to fix you, I let you feel your emotions, I let you get everything out, and I let you pretty much do what you feel is right at the moment without trying to fix you. So a lot of people don't have that skill. So when somebody is around them and that person is sad, or they are maybe feeling down in the dumps, or whatever, a lot of people, instead of letting them feel how they need to feel, they'll say, well, cheer up. Or they will tell a story about what happened to them. See, a lot of people do that too. A lot of people do that. And what you say, what's that, Chris? What do they do? What do they do? A lot of people think that listening is telling a story about yourself so that you can relate to the other person. That's not listening. It's not listening. Listening is not hearing what somebody got to say and then telling a story about how the same thing happened to you or somebody you know. That's not listening. Listening is not hearing what somebody got to say and you telling your version of a story that happened to you. For instance, let's say I could be somebody and I could be sitting right here and saying, man, I'm hella sad, bro. I'm just not feeling it. A, B, and C is going on. And then whoever is listening to him, that person be like, oh, I remember when I was going through A, B, and C. Yeah, man, I just did that. No, that's not it. That's not it. Listening is not, because a lot of people do that. Trust me, I be in the field. I be in the motherfucking field. I'm outside all the time, bro. Like, I know how to gauge conversation. I know how to sit there and watch two people have a conversation, bro. When I see two people having a conversation, I see if they know how to have a conversation. And what I mean by that is, when one person finishes speaking, I look to see what the next person is going to do. You feel me? When somebody is talking to somebody, I sit there and I look and see what the next person is going to do. And majority of the time, the person that's sitting there talking to that person just tells a story about how the same thing happened to them, or they change the subject. Now you say, all right, Chris, all right. You're telling us what we're doing wrong. Tell us what we should do. I'm glad you asked. So when somebody is in a bad mood, or when somebody wants to vent to you, and when somebody is pretty much trying to tell you about what's going on in their life that may not be good, you sit there and you listen and you shut up. Now, people get that part right. I give it to people, they get that part right. People say, well, I have seen people that will let somebody get the whole thing out. I say about 4 out of 10 people will let somebody get the whole thing out. The rest of the 6, they're interrupting you. If you take more than 30 seconds to say what you got to say, they're going to interrupt. It's just how it goes. It's sad because that's not how it should go, but that's just due to a lack of emotional intelligence. So I'm giving y'all this. I think this is so much of a gem, y'all don't even recognize. Y'all, this is going over a lot of you's head probably. But there's somebody that's like, yo, I get what he's saying. Hey, yo, thank you so much. I needed this, bro. Thank you, bro. Yo, you the GOAT, bro. So when somebody is talking, when somebody's telling a story about why life is treating them wrong, you sit there and you shut up. Now, when that person, and we're going to have another podcast episode about this. Don't worry, I got you. Now, when that person is done talking, and you sat there and you listened without interruption, I know you're probably thinking, well, what's next? This is key, y'all. This is key. Write this down if you can. This is key. I know normally I come with the jokes, but today I came with the smokes. So we got to help y'all learn. All right, so what's next? So after that person has said what they needed to say, and you have sat there without interrupting them, what's next? Well, what's next is you're either going to paraphrase what they just told you, or you're either going to do that, or you're going to ask a question about what they just said, so that will allow them to dig deeper into what they're trying to say. Because a lot of times people talk in layers. What that means is the first layer is just, the base. That's not really what a lot of people mean. That's why you can't take what a lot of people say for face value, because that first statement is always a deeper layer to somebody's first statement. So that's why you want to paraphrase or ask a question. Now, you say, all right, well, what does that do, man? What does that do? Why should I do it? Because, motherfuckers always got something to say. They always want to know why. Well, why should I paraphrase, or why should I ask a follow-up question to let them further explain what they've just said? Well, one, because when you paraphrase, you're not telling a story that relates back to you. Yeah, you see, yes. Yeah. Because when you tell your story after somebody finished talking, what you essentially just said is, I really don't want to hear what else you have to say. I'd rather talk about my story. That is why relating, telling us, when somebody finished talking and you tell a story about your version of their story, that's why I tell you that's not listening. Because when you tell your story after they finish talking, what you're saying is, I'm done hearing what you got to say. It's my turn to talk. And then after that happens, what's going to happen is, now you're going in the rabbit hole about what happened to them, because they're not going to bring it back to you. You feel me? They're not going to bring it back to you. They're not going to say, oh, yeah, the same thing happened to me back in Florida, man. Yeah, and then you're going to go off with some other topic. How do I know? I've seen it. I've experienced it. I've been sad as shit before. OD sad. I'm talking about my hamster just died sad. What's wrong, man? My hamster just died, bro. I'm just like, man. I ain't feeling it. You know, I understand. I remember my hamster died, bro, and it was crazy, man. I don't give a fuck about your hamster. I'm grieving the loss of Lil Man. Let me grieve. Let me have this. So, damn. I need to get some gas. I don't know where I'm parked. But yeah, man. So what you do is you ask a question or you paraphrase. Now, what does that do? That allows them to talk further into what they want to say. That allows them to talk further in what they want to say. And it actually lets them continue to reveal more about the situation and about how they're feeling. That's a powerful that technique is more powerful than you know, because a lot of y'all haven't done active listening. So you haven't even had a chance to actively listen to somebody because you haven't done it. So that's why you want to paraphrase or ask a question after you have let somebody talk. Now you say, well, because a lot of y'all motherfuckers is selfish. So y'all, well, when am I gonna get my chance to speak? I don't want to just be a part of a one-sided conversation. Well, guess what? After you let them say what they gotta say, they're gonna want to know about you. Then they're gonna let you talk. Then they're gonna ask you questions. And then they're gonna be interested in your side. Until then, do what I just said. You're gonna be good to go. As of now, fuck out my face, eat a Frank. I see you guys next time, you filthy animals.